Hey, we're back. Happy Tuesday, Pam.
Hi, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, guys.
Hey, we are on the Wiregrass Connections podcast, and we're going to spin this off, and we're going to make it something. We're going to brand it our own. Just as a different kind of thing, so that Pam can share in some of this, because she's definitely been a huge asset to getting this thing going. So thank you so much. Last week we talked about marketing challenges.
Yes.
And we had challenges all week. Now, if you
All
didn't
week.
get to watch that video, go back and watch that video. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll probably put it in a card. You could see it somewhere up here, but definitely go back and watch last week's video about marketing challenges.
Come laugh with us.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And honestly, towards the end of that video, my partner here didn't tell me that the camera zoomed way in on my face, and so you get to see a lot more of me than we than we originally planned. So that's all right. So just feel free to just jump in.
Yes.
Yeah, you couldn't edit that out. That was okay. It's okay. It's whatever. But this week, guys, we're going to be talking about local events going on in and around the Wiregrass. We're going to focus a lot on Dothan, but we are going to get on the outskirts, on the edges, because a lot of things happen here, and so where there's some density, we kind of want to cover that. But we're not leaving anyone out if we can help that. So
Right.
we're just going to talk about a few things while it's fresh on our mind. So do you want to take it away, or you want me to go first, or what do you want to do?
You go right ahead.
Okay. So one of the things that we have coming up, and it's coming up kind of quickly, is the Big Bass concert. Actually, you know what? Before I talk about Big Bass, I want to talk about what happened this past weekend. Now, it's already gone. But you being newer here, we were talking about the care for Cottonwood, and
Yes.
back in late January, early February sometime, we had some pretty severe thunderstorms come through. As you guys know, we have springtime storms and wintertime storms, and they come through, and there were. According to some people, there were record numbers of tornadoes on the ground at the same time. So simultaneous tornadoes going around the area. Wiregrass Radio B105.3, Pollard and David in the morning, they got up early and they come in, they covered things. So you guys make sure to listen to B105.3, listen to the Wiregrass radio stations for excellent and great coverage. But as a result of that, one of the worst hit, or one of the most devastated areas, was the town of Cottonwood. So this past weekend, the Cares for Cottonwood charity concert happened with several people, but Dylan Kelly was one of the performers. Dylan is an up and coming performer, and he's got a couple hits released, and he's a local guy. So
Nice.
Dylan came out from Dylan lives in the area, and he came out and did a charity concert for Cares for Cottonwood. So just that, even though it's this past weekend, that part's not over for them. They still have a long way to go for recovery, and they're never going to actually recover back to what it was. But
Right.
as it progresses, you guys kind of keep Cottonwood in the back of your mind. Just if you can help them out, and anybody that was involved in that, just make sure to thank them. But Big Bass Tour, the event details are, it's a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want to participate in it, all you got to do is register at bigbasstour.com. It's 250 days for all 3 days. It's going to be held in Eufaula, Alabama. So there we are, getting out of Dothan a little bit, getting up to you.
Yeah.
Have you been to Eufaula yet?
I have not.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm going to add it to my list, guys.
It is a beautiful town. It's a lake town, and because they're right on Lake Seminole. No, not Lake Seminole. Lake Eufaula. Lake Seminole's the other way.
Okay.
They're right on Lake Eufaula, and it's just a beautiful lake. It's
Okay.
the tributary for Lake Eufaula is the Chattahoochee River.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and which is Chattahoochee River actually originates up in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Did you know
I
that?
was like, I know that.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that. I'm
Okay.
like, I know that one.
And so Lake Eufaula is just a beautiful, beautiful old southern town.
Okay.
And got some fantastic people there. It's got a bunch of great local places to eat. So if you get up to Eufaula,
Nice.
Well, not if. Go get up to Lake Eufaula.
All right.
Yeah. And so so they're going to have a Big Bass Tour event up there. There are several things, several levels that you can join at. The 1, 2, and 3 day events. You can do youth for $75. But anyway, go to bigbasstour.com. Now, they were doing a rod giveaway, and that rod giveaway is over now because they've given it all out. So it's getting to be bigger. It's getting to be something that you guys need to make sure that you're watching and be part of. And if you want to, they're going to give away. There's a guaranteed overall grand prize of $55,600 for a boat. They're going to give a boat away.
Oh, I'd love a boat.
Yeah, somebody's getting a boat.
Somebody's getting a boat. It's a very nice boat.
Yeah. And so that's a great way to spend 3 days. Just having a good time. I'm sure they're going to have other things. On the shore, a lot of things to do up there.
I'm sure the fishing community around here is very large.
Oh yes.
I know in Tennessee it was very, very, very large because it was quite warm most of the time. So here it's more. So
Yeah.
I would assume
It's super active. I mean, I couldn't venture a guess. I know, down in Florida where I'm from, we do have Lake Seminole. Already shouted out Lake Seminole. But anyway, Lake Seminole, when we have I'm sorry, bass tours, bass events, or catfish events, we have anywhere between 40 and 100 boats at a time. Across the lake over in Bainbridge, they have 150 boat events sometimes. And so it's a pretty large event over there in Georgia. And so, super thankful for that. So you're up. What you got?
All right. So first off, St. Patrick's Day. I mentioned at the last show, I'm not a big drinker. Don't judge me. And
More for us, right?
right. So I'm not seeing anything on Facebook of St. Patrick's Day events for bars.
I looked myself. I looked for something, and there's not anything out there.
So shout out, what are you doing for St. Patrick's Day? Because I know almost every single bar when I was in Tennessee, every one of them had something.
Yeah.
So what is going on in Dothan area or even Enterprise at the bars?
Well, now I told you about folklore last time. I think we covered folklore last time.
Oh, yes.
I was talking to folklore on Facebook, and you guys let me know if you're listening to this. Let me know. But they're gonna have green drinks. I think I text or Facebook message them, asked them about green drinks, and they said they're gonna have them in both locations. And I didn't know they had 2 locations. There's one in Enterprise now. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Yes. So you can go to your favorite bar in both locations.
Do you have any other?
Yes, actually. So there is a kids paint party for $30 on the 15th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Tipsy Easel.
Okay, where is that? Do you know?
No, I didn't look it up.
Oh, well, I think I saw that while I was looking for something. And I mean, Dothan Enterprise.
It's in Dothan.
Okay,
it's in Dothan.
yeah. So you guys will know where it's at. I'm sorry. It's just there's so much that we're trying to cover here for local business, and this episode we just want people to know that we're interested in getting your business out there. And I mean, these people spend time putting these events together. You're putting an event together.
Yes.
You're put a year and a half from now. Well, a little over a year from now. and so Pam's already knows how big this thing can get and grow.
Yes.
In just like no time.
Well, I started in nonprofits, so events all day long.
Oh yeah.
Fundraiser all day long. So
I'm jealous now. Okay. Experience.
But yeah, it takes a lot of effort and time, and the algorithms are just not our friends some days.
Oh God, no.
And there's been several events that I have missed where I'm like, oh my goodness, I had no idea this was going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Just to kind of help and shout out every few weeks what's going on in the community.
That's right. And I mean, there's so many different calendars around. The chamber calendar covers some things. Eventbrite covers some things. But Wiregrass Connections calendar is meant for what's going on in the Wiregrass. So if you guys want to make sure your event gets promoted, put out there, go to wiregrass.com, wiregrassconnections.com/events and get registered for the Wiregrass events calendar. We would definitely appreciate that.
Yes. Oh, there is also a shamrock scamper.
Okay.
And it is a 5K Saturday 8 to 12, $15 to register, and you can bring your little fluffies.
Oh, and it's getting that time, to get out, and so.
Oh, and who's hosting that one is Dothan Leisure Services, Westwood Pet Care, and City of Dothan Government. So it's going to be a pretty decent event. There's like 200 people that's registered. It's going to be big.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that one, so definitely we need to kind of share that, cover that. We'll try to share some of these events on the page. So it'll.
Oh, that's this Saturday, by the way.
This Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to cover everything kind of short term for you guys. Make sure you have time to plan for everything on Friday. Mm-hmm. This is something that if you're in business, this is good for you. And I'm part of it, and I've invited you. This might be your first opportunity to attend, but the Dothan Master Minds group happens on Friday mornings, 8:15 to 9:30. And it happens every other Friday, and this is our Friday to meet. So Dothan Area Masterminds weekly meeting, which is bi-weekly now. It starts 8:15 to 9:30, and this week we'll be at the Dothan Area Chamber of Commerce building. That's on Jamestown Boulevard, 102 Jamestown, right here in Dothan. So that's for people who just want to meet with other local business, network a little bit, and share some ideas about how to better build your business, and to just to be involved in the community that's already doing business.
As business owners, we cannot network enough.
No,
we cannot.
No, and I mean, you're not always going to make a sale at something like that. You're not always going to pick up a client, but there's some people who've kind of been down the road a little further than you in business, and it's a benefit to have those kind of friends that you might be able to bounce some things off of.
Right. I just noticed the sound's getting a little loud. I'm gonna move. Shut the door.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and cover the next thing. So yeah, we're looking at St. Patrick's Day events, possibly. And so there's a lot of things going on. I think you've got this one on your list, the Sixtel Bottle and Growler House.
I had it on my list, but I wasn't finding a whole lot of information on it.
Okay. All right. Well, it's in downtown Enterprise on March the 16th. There's a parade before it. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
there wasn't a whole lot on Facebook. So
that's just a little snippet that Google showed me. So we're using the Google.
Yeah, use Google apparently.
I mean, I just quickly Google searched it, and that's really honestly about all there is to it. So go ahead. No pressure.
Go ahead on.
I didn't know if you had something else.
No.
Oh, you're done? Okay.
I'm done.
Well, let's see. I think I had one more event. No, I didn't. I think I'm done too. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. We covered that fast.
We did. Well, let's talk about Easter.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
coming up with Easter? Because St. Patrick's Day is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Last talk, we didn't know what weekend. Well, I didn't know what weekend it was.
I didn't really either.
Okay, yeah.
Ain't even gonna lie.
March has ran away with us.
Yes.
It is what it is. It's a busy, awesome month. And so Easter is coming up. Mm-hmm. And that is going to be the last day of this month, March. So what is going on in the community? There's going to be several Easter egg hunts, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Please comment below on any of those. I have littles, and I love to take the littles to Easter egg hunts. We usually go to at least 2 because the kids, love that stuff. And it's something fun, and we actually can get out and get that vitamin D that's much needed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, a lot of people are suffering right now with pollen.
Yes.
I don't suffer from pollen. To me, it's, it's God's perfume. I love the smell of it. But, the pollen isn't as bad this year as I remember it being last year. So
nice.
Yeah, while you're talking about getting out and getting that sunshine, it's a lot of, like I say, a lot of people seem to be suffering, but I think it's really going to be a beautiful overall weekend for Easter, because I was looking at the weather and the forecast, and they say it's supposed to be absolutely
Nice.
beautiful. So definitely make plans to get out. I know typically a lot of churches have Easter egg hunts. You have schools that have Easter egg hunts.
Yes.
I don't know. You know what? Just give me just half a second. I'll check. I don't. It's something screams out that there was an Easter egg hunt.
There's an adult one I found somewhere.
Yeah. And I want to say that there was one at the Peanut Festival
Oh,
a
nice.
couple years ago. So let's check that real quick.
That would be really cool. That would be very large. I wonder how many
Yeah.
eggs. And you've got to think about it too. Like all these holidays, the amount of money we spend on candy and on, of course, Easter is outrageous because you got to buy the eggs too.
Yeah, yeah,
You know? And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be fun. The kids always love Easter. It's like their favorite one. That and Halloween because they get to dress up, of course.
yeah. So I'm seeing an Easter egg hunt here at Eagle Eye Outfitters.
Nice. And there's going to be an Easter bunny.
Yep, yep. I think you covered this one. I don't remember if it was Easter painting or not, but the one at Tipsy Easel, was that? Did you cover that for
Well, they're going to have a kids one, but they're also going to have a St. Patrick's Day, and it looks like they're going to have an adult Easter painting as
That's
well.
right. Yeah.
I love the art community here. There is so much art here. It's like Nashville, Tennessee. It's
Yeah.
really, really awesome to see all of it. I have met several artists, and they're quite talented.
And there, I mean, it looks like there's definitely every church. It looks like has a Easter egg hunt going on here, according to this. So look for Easter to be a big deal. But if you have any Easter plans and it's not well promoted, let us know. Make a comment or reach out to us and let us know, and we'll make sure to get you some promotion.
Yeah, we don't want to miss out.
No.
We don't want to leave anyone out.
So I think that's going to wrap us up for events coming up next Friday. We're probably going to be talking about some other things. What are we going to cover? We're going to get back to business a little bit, about how to operate business. And we talked last week, like we talked about marketing challenges. And so we know you got to get started. And so there's a lot of different ways to get started in marketing for your business. And so you got to, and we talked about this, you have to determine a path that you want to start going down. But once you start marketing and you start getting people interested in your product or your service, then we get into lead nurturing or
Yes.
stuff like that. So you want
Yes.
to take that.
So we're going to touch on lead nurturing when it comes to the dollar amounts
Yeah.
and what is the best practices on when you should reach out again. And the reason why we're going to go dollar amounts, because products that are under $100 versus products that are over $100,000, you're going to treat those completely different.
That's right.
And I have clients on both spectrums.
Yeah.
You know, I have a client that's under $10 on some of her stuff. So you definitely got to treat that completely different.
Yeah.
And I cannot stress that enough. And of course, most of the people that are in those fields on both spectrums, they know that, you know, because they've been in those fields for a long time. But for
Right.
people that are new,
Yeah.
that are somewhere in the middle, we're going to kind of go through all that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to touch on drip campaigns.
Yep.
If you don't know what those are, you need to tune in. They are the best thing ever.
Yes.
It's basically the computer works for you.
Yeah.
And you get to stay in front of your customers instead of having to go and send out those messages. So you've got
That's right.
your oh shoot, my brain went blank.
Oh, it's-
Guys. It went over there. What did we talk about last?
As far as drip campaigns?
No, we didn't talk about drip campaigns. We talked about all right, I found it.
Okay.
Automations.
Yeah.
So last podcast we talked about automations and having them in your calendars and your phone calls and stuff like that. But drip campaigns are a beast
Yes.
compared
Oh, yeah.
to automations.
They do the heavy lifting a lot of times.
Yes. And so we're going to touch base on different automation or different drip campaigns that are automations
Yes.
that you can kind of go through and see what would work best for your company. But one of my favorite ones I worked through had like all different components all in one. So again, we'll go through all of that. It's going to be a really fun one.
Yeah.
We're going to get to nerd out a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. And you mentioned new things, and so one of the things that immediately sprang to mind as far as new, and it's new for everybody. So whether you've been in the car business, or if you're an attorney, or whatever business you've been in, if you've been in it for 6 months, 6 years, or 60 years, what's new to everybody is artificial intelligence. And we're going to cover AI a little bit AI in marketing. It's coming.
Yes, it is. It's here.
It's here. Yeah. I mean, it's easily accessible to everybody. Anybody with a Gmail account can get it free. Anybody with an email account can get it free. Some super advanced stuff for $20 a month through either Gemini or help me out, Chat GPT.
Yeah, Chat GPT. Yeah. Copy AI is another one that's pretty popular. Jasper. There's so many.
And it's super cheap, and it's getting better every day. It's super interesting, and we can geek out about it. It's kind of terrifying too, you know, when you think about the power that it could be. I gave a speech recently at the Rotary, and when I was talking to them, that was one of the things they were most interested in was AI, but then AI can be leveraged to do, you know, evil kind of stuff too. So we need
getting phone calls.
Yes.
And it sounds like the people's voice.
That's right.
That they're getting
That's
the
exactly
phone call
what
from.
we're talking about.
Yeah. So
we'll talk about a little defense from that too.
Yeah. All good things have a bad side to it.
Yeah.
Just like all bad things have a good side to it.
Right.
You know, it's the balance.
That's right.
Of the world that we live in.
So we'll cover a lot of that, we'll cover all of that on the next episode. We'll meet here again on Friday, our Friday. Don't know what time you're watching this, but it'll be Friday for us, so we'll be in a lot better mood. I'm gonna probably be dressed down. So anyway, don't really have any more to say. So as we close, just want to thank you guys for being here. Like, share, subscribe. Follow Pam on all her social media.
Yes.
At
marketingnavii.com.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's all
or
there.
at Marketing Navii, and it's Navii, 2 I's.
Yep. And on YouTube, you know, so definitely follow on YouTube, Instagram, just everything. All right. Thank you guys for being here, and we are out.